Hello guys. Hello. Hello guys. Can you hear me? Okay. So this is Bean from securitycut.net and I'm here with Thundercloud Studio founder Phung Dinh Dzung. And in the live stream today, he will guide you through the process of creating and making the next game polygon hair using Geo To Maya Hair plugin. As you may know, the Geo To Maya Hair plugin is a popular user-friendly plugin created by Phung Dinh Dzung. It opens the possibility for beginners to create a good-looking and complex hair model without much experience and knowledge in Maya Hair. GMH2 also release artists from HH technical aspect to focus more on creativity. And now, welcome Mr. Phung.
Okay, hello guys. Thank you Mr. Hung for introducing me. And let me introduce myself repeatedly a bit. My name is Phung Dinh, author of the script Geo To Maya Hair, aka GMH, and founder of Thundercloud Studio. And a little bit info about my little script GMH. It started way back in 2010, and it was one of my student projects. Back in the years, it's a still version 1. And the first one is fairly unpopular. Yeah, it's not a lot of users know about it due to its complexity usage. But until 2013, I decided to rewrite the whole script to make the second version, GMH2. And all the complex steps of the previous version now can be done with just single mouse click. I will demo that later. And surprisingly, the second script received quite a lot of attention and interest from users and company. Yes, it has been featured on many website news like Polycow, Isamark, Envanto, and even big guys like Square Enix and Industrial Light Magic. I got email from this guy purchasing the script. And I got quite a good amount of user using GMH2 up to this day. But and now the latest update of GMH2 is the version 2.6. It has a new function that help user to create polygon hair, not just the traditional Maya hair. So I see that not quite many users use this feature very well, and actually there are quite a few users use it. So that's why we have the live stream today. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys, so you guys that know more about the function of this new update that work that can allow users to work in polygon hair. So as you so today I'm gonna show you briefly through one is the core function of GMH 2.6 is to create and bake texture for polygon hair model, and the later part is the question. If you guys have any question using the live stream, the type it here in the chat box here. So, and I will answer it to clear any confusion before moving on to the next part. So let me first of all let me show you the most important core function of GMH2 in general. So basically, it can convert a polygon mesh into Maya hair with single click, like you can see down below here. it can also apply and convert multiple hair system onto a single mesh while maintaining the editable of the polygon. As you can see here, there are 3 different styles of Maya hair, and it can be at the same time applied to a single polygon surface, and you can still move or edit this surface to make the change to your hair model. Alright, so the next cool thing is the polygon hairstyle. Yes, polygon hairstyle. I call it so that we have 2 distinctive style system. One is the Maya hairstyle system, and the other one is this one, poly style system. It allows user to convert any polygon mesh to polygon hair strip, like this you see in the GIF below. It can convert a polygon hair base mesh into many polygon hair strip. Like and what I'm gonna show you. This is what we can achieve with GMX 2. These the example image from some of the users already. We have some question here. Does this plugin has physics tools for animation? Yes, easy. As the GMX 2 utilize the Maya hair system as its core function. So it's actually like inherit all the feature of Maya hair. So that's why it can has all the feature of the Maya hair. Let me demo that real quick here. So for example, you got this plane here, and you create for example just the dummy hair system and apply it. So you got this hair here, and you press play, and it's already have dynamic hair, the dynamic attribute of the Maya hair. And you can also like extrude it, and it will automatically update it. See, I got pause and rotate it and play again. Yes, so that's the dynamic feature of this plugin. So yes, so moving on. Let's see. Yeah, to prepare for this live stream, I have done a demo since in Marmoset, which demonstrate the what's the polygon style system of the GMX 2.6 can do. Let's see. All right, so this is Marmoset scene. This one is on polygon hairs. As you can see here, it's on polygon hair strip. And you will see that these are the actual polygon, and the texture is a baked one. All the texture is baked using GMX 2.6. And today I will guide you through quickly through how I made this using GMX 2.6. Sorry. So this is the overall workflow for the polystyle system in GMX 2.6. I will go through step by step. The first one is the user always need to prepare base mesh, because well, no plugin can help you with this one. You have to model the base mesh by hand, but don't worry, I will show you how it can easily be done. So I will open my base mesh file. So this is my base mesh file for the scenes. As you can see, these are just simple polygon plane, and they are on quad. no triangle, no n-gon, because in the latest version GMS only convert polygon that have quad line or grid line topology. It doesn't allow any triangle or n-gon because it might cause many problems later. And as you can see, the base map doesn't have to be super clean or super neat because we're gonna have a ton of polygon hair strip cover it later. And it's always in form of polygon cut like this. Scratch again. It's Maya for you. Alright, bear with me a moment. I will open it again. It's a bug in Maya whenever we edit the pivot of the polymesh. It's a Maya 2015 bug. Alright. So on the base mat in the form of a cut. It's very simple, so anyone can model out this form very quickly. And to get started, once you have prepared a base mesh, we will move on to the next one is the convert step. So we will convert all of these polygon mesh into polygon hair tube. So we bring up 2.6, GMA 2.6, and we create a polygon hairstyle system. We name it Phung Hair and check the box polygon style system, and we just select one of the base mat and click apply, and now it will automatically convert the whole base mat onto you know, see here the polygon hair strip, where many of them cover it and taking shape of the base mat. And you see the direction of the hair strip is in the wrong direction. Yeah, so in this case we solve it very simple. Like we got a little button here, rotate, we click it. Alright, so it rotates. As you can see, we there's default gradient color applied to our polygon hair. The brown area indicates the root of the hair, and the white area indicates the tip of the hair polygon. So moving on to the rest of our hair plan. Alright, some of them it doesn't convert correctly because GMS have no way to know where the hair gonna coming from your hair model, so we have to do it by hand. But in the future I may find a better way to detect it, maybe. Well, I promise I will. Alright, and moving on. One of the key thing is you can see here, you should keep your outliner very clean when working with converting, because we're gonna save a lot of headache later. I divide into a different group like back, top left, top right, and back neck, and we walk through this step by step, group by group, so it's very clean and we can debug it a lot easier later. And so on. To save time, I have already another scene that I convert all of these to Maya polygon, to polygon hair tube. Alright, so here the scene where I convert all of them to polygon hair strip. Alright, so as you can see, that there are some problem with the orientation of the hair tube here. And some gap here, we can see the skin head underneath, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that later, because as you can see here we have the refining and tweaking stage. We're gonna do all of that in this stage, but so don't worry. And a lot of people like want to rush right into the editing these, but but we should save that for later. And once we have convert all the hair polygon into the hair tube. The next one is baking. I will move on to the step real quick to demonstrate you guys like what's the basic function of polygon hairstyle tool, and I will pay more attention to the later step. So this basic function is pretty much you guys can look up the tutorial on the product website. There's a lot of tutorial already about it. So the next one is the baking. Let's see. So the baking is like creating a template, like a base texture to apply to this guy, to apply to this polygon hair. So you will have a better representation of the hair, and you have a better judge to refine your hair later. So the baking process of GMS 2.6 is pretty much a separate workflow. You can open up a new Maya to work on a fresh new scene to bake out the texture and then apply it to this hair later, or you can create it here and bake it. But in this case, I will create a new Maya scene and bake my texture from there, just to avoid any confusion. So new scene. Alright, so we have a fresh new Maya scene here. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Well, if I don't edit the pivot. Alright, so first of all, I will show you how the hair texture gonna look like after we bake it. This is the final result, and this is the hair texture for this scene. Let's see. Open up Photoshop. Alright, not this one. Alright, this one is the final bake. Yeah, this is the bake texture of the hair. You can see it's not very nice, but once it apply onto your hair, it gonna look a lot makes sense. It makes sense a lot. Alright, so this is what we're gonna create using GMS 2.6 along with the other texture as well, like normal and alpha. So we need these three essential primary texture for the hair to look this quality. So we have to bake our normal map, the diffuse map, and alpha map. We have some question here. Sorry guys, because the stream is really slow and laggy, so I am ahead of you guys like 10 seconds, so bear with me for 10 seconds. For the basement, does really have to be high poly? What if I use? Alright, I will answer this one by one then. The basement doesn't need to be really high poly, like it can be really low poly, like just this, like just a 5 or 6 point. And then you can convert it, and I create a new one, and then you can convert it already. So as you can see here, the hair being converted really take form of the base mesh, and it already smooth out the base mesh like you ordinary press 3 button. So you don't need to smooth the base mat really, and the base mat is can be anything as long as it looks nice in during the conversion process. Okay, about a specular map, you can if you go to the baking UV baking tab here, it can bake out a series other map like shaded lit map is basically diffuse map with lighting, and displacement map and alpha map, and a lot of other map. Once you got these 5 fundamental map, you can use Photoshop to mix and match or edit any way you like to make the specular map you want. In my example here, I don't even have a specular map because I use the value in the default value in marble set to adjust the look I want, like the gross, yeah, and the strongly, so to speak, like in density. So I leave that for the shader to handle, so I have more freedom to adjust it later. But yeah, you are welcome to make the specular map. I believe it will be increase a lot in quality. And all right, so I think that's pretty much all the questions we have for now. And moving on to the bake scene. All right, to the bake scene. In order to bake out this texture, it's very simple in GMX 2.6. You just need to create a plane so you can bake the texture onto it. You create a plane, and this plane should be in the form of the in the form, mean the same length and width of your hair strip. So I make it like a little longer and with a width like this. Okay, and let's see what next. And I create a poly style so that the Maya can bake the poly hair onto the plane. So I name this thin hair bake. All right, okay, and I apply it to the plane. All right, rotate it, and you can see here these are not quite looking like the texture we having here yet. So we have to edit the style so that it look like this. There's this a tutorial that shows you how to do this in detail. So I will move on really quick here. So let's see, you press this and bring up the attribute editor, and you have all the setting to adjust the style of the hair here. I gotta put it real quick. I got a preset here, so let's replace it. All right, so I adjust the hairstyle to make like this, and let's reverse it. All right. Maybe I put some more loop in between. Yeah, GMX 2, this version I skipped the specular map because I figured out that we can easily make it in Photoshop, and it's a lot better if we make it in Photoshop anyway. So as you can see here in the, this one, it may not look like this, as you can see, but to make it look taper here, we will have to edit the UV. So we bring up the UV editor. All right. In case your surface doesn't have UV yet, then GMX 2.6 have a very nice function of setting up the UV for you. For example, if I have a broken up UV like this, all right, just breaking it up, and it have a really nice function that can automatically do the UV for you. If you look at the UV box here under the baking and UV tab, you can see the slot you can select. That's the space of the UV space that you want to assign onto the plane. Like if I select half of the box and hit create, see it will create the UV space that take up half of the space. Oh, it's my tongue. All right, so for this example, then it takes the whole range and let create it. Okay, some question here. It's interesting to see the result of the generated hair depend on the polygon density of the plane. Yeah, sure. I will demo this right away after we're done with this. All right, so we can bake this right away then. If we go to the baking tab and we set up a path for it to bake out. Okay, this one I set up the test hair. All right, and I bake out the 3 standard map. Okay, maybe just bake it. The baking is done within Maya, so it might take a while, depend on how Maya does it. Some older version of Maya only utilize 1 core, so it's really slow. So I suggest you make only smaller map like 1K. It's not going up to 2K, but if you do really have time, then go to 2K or even increase the sampling quality, but it really takes time. But yeah, so it's baking. All right, so it's baking to test. Here is it? Test hair. What did I say? Set hair. Okay. It's still baking. All right, just open it up. Okay, you can see that this is the result it bake out. It doesn't look much like this, but let's apply this to our models then. I will open up a new Maya and open my, my hair model. All right. Vaccine. All right, so once you have your hair texture on bake out, yeah, these are the 3 texture baking out. So we have to set up a material that uses 3 texture. So we bring this up and we create a blend, and we name it let's see, Phung hair material. All right, and we throw in the 3 texture. Okay. All right, so one interesting thing here is that the normal, it might see some problem here. The normal map. All right, some areas are inverted. Open up the bake scene, you will know why. Because the hair, some of the area is below the surface and some of this is above the surface. So we have to lower this down a bit. So we go to the surface edit and put it offset here, and we will bake out the normal real nice. So uncheck this and bake out, rebake the normal only. While doing that, we will set up the material here. So I put it to color, the alpha to transparency, and the normal to bump up, and change it to tangent space. All right, and the least one for the specular, to get rid of that annoying speck. All right, and once you have a shader ready, we can quickly apply to this using the GMX UI. Let's see, bring that up again. All right, so if you go to the material tab, you can have the option to add a shader here. So you select this material and add it. All right, so you got it here, and you go to apply shader to GMX style here. Okay, hit apply. So you will see that the texture being applied on our model, but you can see that the some of the darkness going on here. All right, let's see why. Maybe the ambient occlusion, I'm gonna turn it off. No. All right. Seems like I got reverse somehow. Yeah. Okay. This gonna address in the refining texture later, but all the hair cut is reverse, so we have to rotate it. See, so it got reversed back to the original. But let me just turn on the two side lighting here. It's gonna solve all the turn off it, and yeah. All right, it doesn't go away then. Okay, just turn on the ambient then, so we can see the texture better. Okay, so now you have a base texture. Now you can go to edit the texture to see how it affects your hair. For example, if you see here, the density of the hair is quite low, but actually this is good enough, because some people might want to increase the hair profile here, or increase the hair width, so it thin out the gap here. But I don't really recommend it, because it makes the hair look real fake, because real hair really have the gap between them. If you look back at my example here, you will see that I use like 3 different style system, so they will really like fill in each other. So if you go, I turn off here is the base hair system of mine. It have really large gap between the hair, but I create another polygon style on top of it. See, it's been fill in all the gap and make the hair look much more nice. And let's save that for later. So let me demo real quick about how the texture gonna affect the hair between the bake scene and our hair model scenes. So in this one, I will increase. First of all, I will make change to the shader here. If we bring up the material, we can see there's a material already created for this baked hairstyle. So we change the color to maybe a dark brown. Yeah, let's save it. Let it make it brown. I tend to put a very nice gradient for my hair, like from root to the tip, so we have a really nice differentiation between the root and the tip, so we have a more volume look of the hair. Well, if you look closely, the real hair does have color variation from the root to the tip. All right. Okay, and the next one is I gonna let's see, if you look closely to the example here, the hair is fading out toward the edge of the texture, so it makes really nice transition effect of a haircut, like have sharp border here, so it doesn't like cut up real quick when it comes to the border of the haircut. So in order to do that, you can go to the surface edit and go to edit distribution drum here and edit it. You can see what it does. Yes, it will trim down the hair on the 2 edge. And so you can edit the hair here. Alright, so got the fade up. And another one is, you see the hair is like moving really random here. with curving and intersecting each other in a really nice way. While we, in this case, we have it parallel like electric wire. So we have to adjust the this one. We have adjust the noise here. So I increase the noise. As you can see, it's starting to break apart. And you can see, let's see, okay, and push this down a bit. All right, okay. As you can see, some nasty breaking up here because of the noise frequency may be too big, maybe too big. I'm gonna put it down a bit. All right, it's much smoother now, and crank up the tooth segment. Too much. All right. Increase this one a little bit then. All right, seem fair enough. Another one is the taper of the hair chain itself. So we have taper here, so that we have nice transition between the hair and the when it come out. Yes, like for example, so look at this. Yeah, and even the root of the head, we have very nice transition into the head here. If we got put taper toward the two end of the hair. So to edit the taper, you go to the width scale here and edit it. So put it like this, so you see the taper going on here and on toward the top. All right, okay. Seem cool. I might notice that these hair actually seem way bigger than my hair, so let's edit it. Put it the hair tooth width. Put it to 0.8. 8, maybe 1. Right, 1 seam. Okay. All right, so that's cool it up. Okay, so the hair is starting to poke on top of the surface, so we have to offset it down a bit. Okay, and we back again. I have to reset up the okay. Forget how I see test hair. Okay, test hair. All right, so once you have set up the part to bake out, and you just need to bake it again. So wait for a while, and then go to your hair scene and just reload the texture. It's gonna update right immediately. Yeah. All right, 45, 16. Come on. All right. So back to our scene, and we reload on the 3 texture. Reload it. All right, it's update. Reload. Reload. Okay, look a bit different now. So you can see the taper going on here, and the taper going on here. That's it. And all right, so if I want to increase the hair even more wider, let's change it again. Make it wider. See this. Make it wider. 2. No, might be 1.5. All right. Maybe even more hair then. All right. And select the base mesh and hit bake. Well, I might move a bit quick, so if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to post it. We have one question here. Can we use crazy bump to create the texture? Yes, sure. You can use any software you can to create the texture. Like I said, in the this one of these users, they in the early time, like this one, he's really he's later than he used like heavy Photoshop to hand paint her texture for the hair to achieve a specific look. So we can, in this case, in some case, you can even hand paint the hair texture and apply it onto this haircut. All right, it seems to like it. All right, so I increase the hair width, and now the hair look much denser. Don't worry about the gap and the look here. We're gonna refine it later. All right, that's sum up of the third step. Baking. So we're pretty much done with this one. So quickly moving on to the next one is the apply texture. Yeah, I covered that already. Okay, to the main part, the refining and tweaking. Yes. Let's see. This is really a fun part. This one takes up to like 80% of the time I'm working on the hair model. Like before, like working on this hair model here, like refining is basically doing everything from step 3, 4, and 5 over and over again. Like there's experiment and trial and error and series of that until you back and forth many times until you satisfied with the result. So the first step of the refine then, in order to correctly working with our hair model, we have to have a program to display our hair model properly. So we have a correct presentation of our hair. So in the next step, we will bring it to Marmoset viewer for better viewport display and start refining from there. So open our scene. So in order to bring it to another program, this is one of the biggest function of the 2.6 update is the export tab. Now you can export the GMS hair to other program like Game Engine, Marmoset, or even other program, software program using these. So you have the option to export as mesh, curve, and in the format of FBX and OBJ. So in this case for Marmoset, then I just use FBX because it has really nice reload function. Uncheck auto name. I create and select a path, Marmoset. Okay. Once you select a path and you press export, so I will bring up another Marmoset here. So in this one, I assume that you guys already familiar with the interface of Marmoset, so I'm not gonna go deeply too much into the function of Marmoset. So we throw in the mesh we just export. Let's see. And mesh and test this one. All right, so throw it in. Okay, so this is the hair. Let's see. I will export the face as well. I export it by hand. Face export. Okay. Face. All right, so. One of the important things is that we have to properly set up the marmoset scene so that we can view the hair really nice and accurate. The most important thing is that many users tend to see that the hair in marmoset actually look a lot thinner because they forget to uncheck this box here, cooling backspace, because it doesn't display the backspace of the hair. Uncheck that. Now you can see the full hair, like you can see the backface of the cat as well. Alright, so the next one is the normal of the hair. You can see that we have really nasty normal here, so they are all intersecting each other here, like really sharp edge going on here. So we're gonna fix that, and in this update of Geometry 2 I include that fix as well here. If you go look down to this little box here, show object to transfer normal to hair mesh. Yeah, so you can take object, you can take a normal of the different object and transfer it to our hair model. So in this case I create a sphere. Alright, and make sure it cover all the hair model, and I edit it a little bit to text form of the hair. Alright, no. Alright, okay, so I put it in here and hide it for now and export again. And the nice thing is once you set up all the paths here and FBX file, when you open up marmoset, it will automatically update. Yes, update, so it's get rid of that sharp looking normal here. Well, it still happen, but better than nothing. This happened because these are the backspace of the hair. We will adjust it later in the refining, because we will have to adjust all the orientation of the haircut. But leave that for now. Alright, so that's one thing. Another thing is the lighting, so I got it real quick here. Lighting, so the sky, change it to another one. Okay, this one done, and maybe add a light. Okay, one key, one critical thing is that you have to set up a proper material in Game Engine or marmoset to view to do the hair. Otherwise, you're gonna have a very nasty looking hair material. Okay, question here. I think I can wrap it up later tonight. So hopefully in about maybe 2 hours from now. What? All right. Sorry for the interruption. Now let me resume. All right. So this is the material. So one key thing is the material setup. The one key thing is the transparency. We have to change it to littering transparency. This is very important to rendering hair in marmoset or even in engine Unreal Engine 4 because it's to give a really nice transparency like this. If I switch the material to the other mode, like cutout, it look really ugly. Yes, cutout is not really ugly, but it's still uglier than the littering. Yeah, you know what I mean. See, so in some cases it got really ugly with the cutout, so I really recommend the littering alpha. So yes, we throw in the texture we just made. Fill hair, test hair, right? Test hair alpha. Okay, here. So we throw in the alpha. Where the alpha map? Alpha. Okay. Throw in the alpha is the transparency. Sorry. All right. So, and the normal map. and the unbeldo, I don't know how to pronounce it, maybe just call it diffuse. Alright, and lower this up. Alright, okay. Alright, still looking very nasty, right? Okay, one key thing is the render resolution. The littering transparency doesn't really like low resolution, so we have to crank it up here like double. So here you go, got a really better display of the hair. So this is the proper display of the hair that we're gonna working on, nice, and start our refining from here. And do not really rely on your Maya viewport because it really doesn't accurate at all. So that's pretty much the basic of it. And now we just going back and forth many times. The step 3 and 5. Whoa, it's crashing. Okay, we have to going back and forth a lot of time between the step 3, 4, and 5 until we have the final look. And like I said, here we're gonna fix the orientation of the haircut here. So like this one, just click on the surface and you go to surface edit and you adjust the tube rotation slider here. Okay, adjust it. All right, this one as well. Okay. Okay, that's for demonstration, and we quickly export it. All right, and switch to marmoset again. See, it's looking nice now. All right, and another thing is when you look at the tip of the hair here, it doesn't look very nice to me. Looks square like the hair strip, right? And in my final file, it looks taper. It's tapered down a little bit. So that's where we come to the baking scene here. And now the texture, you can add in the taper of the whole texture by go to the UV mode and enable the UV latex tool here and taper it down. Taper it down. You can also taper the root as well. All right, and I can see the color here is quite dark, so I crank it up a little bit in the shadow. So I crank it up. All right, same fan up. And all right, so once you set it up here, and you just need to bake it again. This here, right? Set alpha and bake. So once you bake it all done, then you can just go to marmoset and you will update right away. So yeah, that's pretty much. Let's see how much it. Okay, it's done baking now. So we'll switch back. So as you can see just now, the texture got updated right away. So yes, a lot nicer at the root here, at the tip here. Okay, and that's it for the base hair system. And if you want to make it look even better, like this scene here, you have to add more hair system to the scene. Like this one, I have the base hair system here, something like this. All right. And this one I have it look really dense and a lot haircut. Don't worry, I will upload this scene online, and you guys can all you guys can download it and look at it and examine it own you one. And I got another hair system on top of it, the Phung 2 hair system. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Question here. Can you show how you make the base matte polygon you are using for the hair? Alright, okay. I'm gonna leave this for now and maybe jump on that question a bit. I will open it up one more Maya. Alright, so yeah, a lot of people ask me how to do the base matte hair actually. Like this. Actually, it's just pure polygon modeling technical. It's not really anything fancy, but I can show you some tip and trick, maybe how I do it real quick. Yeah. Let me open the real scene. This one and. All right. No, not this one. This one. All right, this one. So this is the scene I used to model out the hair. You can see that I have a template haircut here, the hair base matte here. Actually, I use a band, a very basic band deformer to control the band of the hair, so it got really nice banding. See, and I got a latex on top of it to control the taper of the. Oh, it's to explode. All right, never mind. But yeah, actually, I got a latex applied to it, and then a band applied to the latex. And I can really control the amount of band of the hair mesh and the amount of the taper of the hair, like this. See, if you look, set it up properly, and then once you got the template, you can duplicate it and edit it using the traditional polygon modeling. But besides on the soft selection, I use the most, like this. The other tool I use is the latest tool. I use it like all of the time to get the form really work out, because it preserves the volume real nice. See, and combination with the soft selection tool, we have a really powerful modeling technical. See, right? Okay, and even the lattice, I can apply several one at once and edit it. See, and yeah, that's pretty much all the technical I use to block out these hair scenes. That's all. The next one is, can you show how you make the same one? Is the transfer normal map step all the way required? Yes, is it all the way required? No, not all the way. I'm joking. Depend on your test really. Some hair will have really sharp looking normal, and some hair doesn't really need some hair really needs sharp looking normal. But it doesn't really necessary must do. But I suggest you try experiment with it, because I put it there as an optional option, so user can use it anyway. So moving on, apply the secondary hairstyle onto our hair model. This is one of the key important of GMS in general, be it polystyle system or hairstyle system. So you can apply more than one style system onto a single base surface. Like create one, second, maybe main hair 2, make it poly style system, and you select a base surface and hit the button apply second geometry style. See, it will have the two poly style system applied to the same patch. See, difficult to look at. Alright, I have to change the viewport a little bit. I change this a little bit. Change the head to 0.5. See, you can see that two type of poly style system is being applied onto the same base effect, and you can also edit it like you usually do with your modeling scale. You can also apply a lattice. See, and even delete history of it. See, extend, keep the form, the thing. Alright, let's put it back to the old position. Put it back here. Just quickly put it back there. Alright, and I'm moving on, apply to the rest of the hair model. And see, okay, and moving on, repeating the next step is the baking texture for this secondary style, and so on. That's pretty much the basic of the technical I use for this model. And one more advanced thing is that the float hair system here. See, it really add up a nice spice for the thing. You can see that the nice looking small hair here. All the hairstyle must have this smaller hair system. This smaller hair strand that floating around the hair model to make it real nice. And yeah, and then you just need to go back and forth between these three steps to make it until you are really satisfied with your result. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And Q&A. I guess I answer a lot of questions already, right? What happens if the generated hair exceeds the width of the low poly mesh? Will it cause issue for the baking? You mean like it's going out of the plane, the baking plane? Yes, it does. It will cause a cutoff for the texture. I got an example here in the float hair system of mine. Float hair system. Float here. Float hair alpha. No, not this one. Float here. See, you can see there's a slightly going out here, but I feel too troublesome to fix this one. I will open the scene I used to bake. These are the actual scene that I used to bake out to make this model. I will make this available online so you guys can download it and examine it. So this is the bake hair system. As you can see here, there's a slightly going out here, and it got cut off in the texture, so you really want to avoid that. But normally the hair cannot really go out the baking, because that's the way Geomet do the converting. So that's it. Yeah. The next one is there physics for the polystyle hair? Well, unfortunately, no. Well, I'd love to, but for the it's very hard to implement it in this version, because what I do for the poly hair is that it often get to import into game engine, so it quite it doesn't make sense if we integrate it physics within Maya only. But what we can do is that we can rig the base surface, and we can use that to rig the polygon hair generated by the polystyle system. So yeah, quickly demo here. If I create a join. Alright, and if you rig this quite quickly, and for the rig, sorry, but I will use my our in-house tool here for the rigging. Like you can do the rig yourself. Let's go up to the other. Okay, anyway, let's go up to the other window. So I have to restart the window, restart the computer. So I'm not gonna do that now. But anyway, you can start with the skeleton here, and you skin it to the basement. Just put skin here. Skin. Okay, stop shell, close it to stop. All right, and you can see, you can animate this joint, rotate this joint, so the you can rotate the joint and animate this, so the hair will follow it. The next question is, you use Marmoset for the workflow. Could you use RenderMan or other real-time render window to see the result? Unfortunately, I don't have RenderMan installed here, but for the polystyle, I don't really recommend any rendering engine, because they're gonna have a problem with the alpha rendering, like when you have a lot of alpha card on top of each other, and the rendering engine gonna have a very hard time sorting these out, like transparency, shadow, and stuff. But yeah, you are on the way. Welcome to try it. But honestly, I never tried it with the rendering polystyle system before. But for the traditional hairstyle system, yeah, it's always available. Yeah, it's always easy to render the Maya hairstyle system with the traditional rendering engine. Yeah, very easy. Talk about the hair in general. The polystyle is only for games and Marmoset and like real time, like Marmoset and Unreal Engine. But for the other style system, like the traditional one, if you uncheck this box, you're gonna use the traditional one. Then it like it using the same as the Maya hairstyle, so you have no problem with other rendering engine like this. Okay, and all right, yeah, I gonna show you this. This one, back to this. The demo version of this one is here. This is the result of the GMX tool, the traditional hairstyle system. It can be because it output like pure Maya hairstyle, so it's inherit on the feature of Maya hair system, so it can be rendering in any render if it can render Maya hair system. So Mental Ray, V-Ray, RenderMan is so on is all compatible. if you can make it dynamic hair. For the traditional hair system, it's already dynamic, as I answered this before. It's got all the dynamic attribute of Maya hair system. And why would you need to rigging it for? Well, for the poly style system, then you really need to rig it so you can use for game engine and animating and stuff later. And any plan for a 3D Max plugin? Well, I would love to have a plugin for 3D Max as well, since a lot of people asking me about this. But maybe that's in the far future, because I don't really have much time to really refining this version on Maya yet. Have time for another platform, but yeah, I can consider that, but I can't really say anything like porting to another platform. Sorry. At what scale do you recommend modeling the hair? Interesting question, because all the setting in Maya is actually set in real world unit, from look close to particle to simulation. So I recommend I recommend the same way for GMA2, because GMA2 I set all the default setting equal to the real world, and by default unit of Maya is matter, right? Yeah, matter. Like this one, if you on the dynamic attribute, the hair is set to the real hair, like from this to this maybe like 5 centimeters. So if the hair will behave like this, now maybe like 10 centimeters, I don't know. Yeah, so I recommend real world units. Will this work for unknown renderer since the new version of Maya come pre-packaged? Yeah, sure, because some users already asked me about unknown, and they have tested with unknown. And yeah, if you GMX2 is output pure Maya hair system, so unknown have no problem in rendering it at all. And in case if you if you want to access any advanced setting of Maya hair, you can access the Maya hair system here. If you go to the container style here, and you uncheck the black box, you will see there's a Maya hair system node here, and you can see all the original attribute of the Maya hair. Yeah, same for Octane renderer. If you can render Maya hair with Octane, then it's no problem with it. So here you can see all the other attributes that you can work with other renderer like V-Ray and Atom here to apply the custom hair shader to the thing. For a Maya hair system, okay. Last question, because we are running out of time here. Sorry for the things. For a Maya hair system, are there any consideration for the base mate creation if you want good physics? Yes, would do. I'm not really looking too much into this, but I would recommend a cut base, because some people want to make the cylinder base, but this might cause problem later in simulation, because the hair tend to cling between them, with the left side of the cylinder and the right side of the cylinder. The form of the hair is not realistic at all for simulation, so I recommend a cut by over the cylinder, like the cut, and it's in form of the going curve like this, something like that. Yeah, this should be a curve like this. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for turning in the live stream. I will now handing it back to Mr. Phung, CG Records, our beloved CG Records host.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Phung Dinh Dzung, and thank you all for joining us today. And if you have any questions, please let us know by comment or discuss on GMH Facebook group. And thank you again for your time, and see you again. Bye bye.